Well, that's taking walking meditation over the top. So just do it, and do it for relaxing, calming the mind. How should one respond to reoccurring negative images, thoughts and memories? Welcome them. So don't try and get rid of them. Negative images, thoughts and memories. Look, you could have the material here for a book, for a movie. Because people love these negative and violent movies. So write it all down. So in other words, if you welcome the negative memories or whatever else is in your mind, if you welcome them, thank you for coming to visit me, then all the negativity just vanishes. You're not feeding it with the dark energy. You're welcoming it and it becomes nice and peaceful and happy. Look, this is one story from my life. Look, many years ago, I think I was in Thailand when this happened, I was meditating nice and peacefully. And then got some nice deep meditation, and I got this image in my mind. An image right in front of me was this demon, these big bulging eyes, like they're coming out the sockets. And just the teeth were all jagged and dripping blood. It had skulls around its neck. I forget what else, and just really angry eyes. And out of the mouth, the tongue was coming out. It was going. Was this on the camera, by the way? And it looked very, very frightening. But I had enough wisdom to know that this is just like a creation of the mind. But that's all it is. These negative images, you create them and you can mess around with them. So that's what I decided to do, to mess around with them. So just like I used to do as a naughty school kid, I blacked out a few of its fangs. So, it had these big holes in its teeth. And instead of these big, scary, bulging eyes, I put a pair of sunglasses, Ray-Bans on. Looked really cool. And on top of its spiky head, I put a straw hat, with a flower coming out. And I messed around like that until this demon was so funny, was so ridiculous, I laughed. I totally humiliated that demon and never came back again. That's how I dealt with it. Negative things, have fun with them, play around with them. And I remember this guy came to monastery once, and he came to see me because he was having all these visions of demons coming out from the paving bricks. He was really scared. I thought, should I go and admit myself to hospital? I said, no, don't admit yourself to hospital. I told him what I did. He said, play with these demons, have fun with them. And so he came and saw me 24 hours later. He said, I had a great day. I made them this way and that way and all over the place. And he said, after a while, they just vanished. They disappeared. That's brilliant. Because it's the fear, the negativity, that is the problem, not the demon. And they're just actually quite cuddly and good fun. So it's your attitude to have towards these things. So if you have some memories, images, thoughts and memories, don't add negativity towards them. Leave them alone or play with them. Add some fun to them, and then they disappear. Try and get rid of them and they stay. Could you give some guidance on